Hello, my name is Evie, and I'm a second-year engineering student studying creative technology and design at the University of Colorado, Boulder. Today's lesson is all about algorithms, and I have HelperBot here, who's a robot with their own algorithms, to help out. What is an algorithm? Well, to put it simply, it's a set of step-by-step instructions. In the context of computer science, computers are able to take these instructions via their own language, aka code, and use them to complete certain tasks. For example, the computer could follow an algorithm like this. The user enters in 3 numbers. Let's say our numbers are 5, 1, and 2. Is the first number larger than the second number? If so, we swap them. Otherwise, we do nothing. In this case, the first number is larger than the second number, so we would swap them. Our number is now 1, 5, and 2. Now for the next step. Is the second number larger than the third number? If so, swap them. Otherwise, do nothing. In our case, the second number is larger than the third number, so we would swap them again. Our number is now 1, 2, and 5. This algorithm that we did by hand sorted the numbers from least to greatest. If it still isn't sorted though, we would repeat the steps until it is sorted. In computer science terms, this is called a bubble sort. Now why would these be important? Well, scientists and engineers have to use their time wisely. In order to do this, they make algorithms that can do things for them in an efficient manner. They wouldn't want to sort numbers by hand, so they make an algorithm to have a computer do it for them. Of course, sorting numbers isn't the only example of an algorithm. Did you know that Google uses an algorithm? It has an algorithm to decide the most relevant and useful web pages that pop up when you search for something. This is so that you rarely ever have to go to the second page of results to find what you're looking for. But wait, did you know that algorithms exist outside of computers as well? They can be quite simple too. For example, you'll never expect this, making a grilled cheese sandwich can be considered an algorithm, at least the steps you take in order to get said sandwich. To the kitchen. First, you need to get the bread and cheese. Second, you need to butter the bread. Third, you need to put the cheese and bread together. Fourth, you need to cook the sandwich. And finally, you can eat the sandwich. Computers usually need instructions more specific than this, of course, like where to get the bread and cheese, or how to put the sandwich together, or how to cook it. I'm still working on instructions for HB on how to make a grilled cheese sandwich. Not quite. Honestly, I'm impressed how you even got it like that. Remember when I mentioned that Google's search results have an algorithm behind them? Let's dive a little deeper into that. It's called their PageRank system. It figures out the importance of a website based on if other important websites are linked to that specific website. It then assigns each web page a number on a scale from 1 to 10, with 10 being the most important. The higher a web page is ranked, the higher it'll appear in search results. For example, if I searched up planets, the NASA website is more likely to pop up than any other one. Or, if I searched up shoes, a popular shoe store website would be more likely to pop up as well. Do note that sometimes a website being important doesn't mean it has good information or is more credible. It just means that it's more popular, which doesn't always have the correct information. Do your research. PageRank and relevance are determined by separate algorithms in Google, though. PageRank shows you the most popular websites, while the other algorithm shows you the websites that are most relevant to what you're searching up. All of these websites are connected to each other via the PageRank system, hence making up a collection of interconnected websites. This is called a website network. The ranking system and a website network go hand in hand with each other. Without one, the other wouldn't really exist. That is, unless the websites have some sort of other connection between them. It doesn't have to be just PageRank. I won't go into the specifics of how it all works, because this is a much more complicated algorithm than just making a grilled cheese sandwich, but the basics are good to know. Now you know what an algorithm is, and some examples of some. Algorithms can be found almost everywhere, considering they're basically just a set of instructions for the purpose of completing a task. For example, there are algorithms in video games, algorithms in your YouTube recommended videos, algorithms for how to make a pizza, and more. HB even has algorithms inside them as well, like how they can fly around or be able to help teach me. Anyways, that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Check out the full lesson on the TeachEngineering website. Then, check your knowledge of algorithms and acting like an algorithm.